Perfection is the ultimate pursuit. If we constantly chase perfection, that means we're constantly looking to improve, and that's the best thing ever. So sure, aim for perfection. Good job. Way to go. Well done, little guy. But if you ever, at any point, actually expect perfection, or if you're ever disappointed that perfection hasn't come, you're a complete fucking idiot. Stop it. This isn't to say that perfection is never coming. It does sometimes. You can find a perfect romantic moment, or a perfect quote for your current situation, or a perfect bite of sushi. But that's about it, because perfection is momentary. It appears in 3 to 4 second spurts and then fades immediately. Every date has that one part that's super weird that you focus on, or every quote is really dumb when you really break it down. Even the most perfect bite of sushi quickly turns to shit. Your job will also never be perfect. You'll always want to make a little more or have more of an impact on the world, or want a coworker that smells less like a fart pillow. You also won't find the perfect home. It will either stretch your budget too much, or be too far from your water aerobics, or have insufficient closet space for your low-level hoarding. Perhaps most importantly, you will never be perfect. No matter how many seminars you go to, you'll always be kinda fucking annoying. You'll always either be an asshole or a doormat. You'll be either opinionated about things you don't understand, or you'll be a sad, mushy excuse for a person. You'll either be sanctimonious or an uncaring prick. The problems you fix will lead to other problems that are arguably just as annoying. Life is an interminable game of whack-a-mole. But it's biologically built into us to chase perfection. We are prone to finding the one thing wrong in our otherwise perfect lives, and zeroing in on it, and having panic attacks over it, and sometimes sleeping with it. We're always going to be driven to make everything better, to make it a little bit more perfect, which on its own is okay. The problem becomes when we can't be happy until perfection, a literally impossible state to maintain, arrives. That's when we're just setting ourselves up to be miserable dipshits. There will always be something wrong with everything, and the more you expect that to not be the case, the more miserable you are going to be. You will go through life pissed off that your girlfriend can be a little needy, or that the only restaurant within walking distance to your job is Burger King, or that your friend pronounces some words incorrectly, and you'll miss out on what's so great about people in this big, amazing world we're in. So why do we put ourselves through this? Why do we expect perfection? We have this idea in our heads that if we expect perfection, if we have sky-high, impossible standards, that will lead us to accomplish more, and therefore have a richer life, and therefore be happier. But what happens instead is this. You work hard towards perfection, and you expect to be rewarded for your efforts, as was stated in the imaginary contract that you pretended to sign with the universe. Then the universe looks at your contract and says, "Not binding, asshole," and instead of getting your perfection, you end up thinking that your life is over. Expecting perfection guarantees that we'll never reach our own standards, and we'll always feel like miserable failures. It's less like the constant party you're expecting, and more like punching yourself in the balls repeatedly while screaming, "I thought this would feel better!" It leads to nothing but disappointment, frustration, and sore balls. So what do we do about this? How do we pursue perfection without becoming obsessed with perfection? Are we destined to become either miserable or shiftless losers? No. There's another way. To find out how to pursue perfection without losing your mind, check out my full post, How to Pursue Perfection Without Losing Your Mind.